Hello students, today we are going to start the classification of elements and periodicity in properties. So first question arises, why do we need to classify the elements? So in the year 1800, there were only 31 elements was there, and in the 1865, 63 elements was there. In the 2016, nearly 118 elements have been discovered. Now, scientists felt in the difficulty to individually to study the elements, each element and its compounds. Now, an arrangement of these elements in the on the basis of the similar properties classified in the tabular column or tabular form, which leads to the formation of periodic table. When scientists felt difficulty in to study the properties of these elements and their compounds, they started the formation of periodic table. That periodic table is nothing but the systematic arrangement of elements on the basis of their similar properties. Among them, among so many scientists, among them, Doberer-Trites, he has classified the elements in the increasing order of their atomic mass into group of 3 elements, and these group of 3 elements is known as triads. According to Doberer-Trites, the atomic mass of the middle element is the arithmetic mean of other 2 elements. For example, lithium, sodium, potassium, this is a one set of triads. There is a tri elements, set of 3 elements. Now the atomic mass of lithium and potassium is the arithmetic mean of atomic mass of sodium. Similarly, the atomic mass of calcium and barium is the arithmetic mean of strontium, that is 88.7, which is near to the 87.6. The theory fails because the demerits of Doberer-Trites was in some of the triads, all the 3 elements possess nearly the same atomic mass. For example, iron, cobalt, nickel. And second drawback was the measure of the classification of elements was that all the known elements could not be arranged on the basis of triads. Next comes the Newland's laws of octaves. Now, according to Newland's laws of octaves, when the elements are arranged on the basis of increasing atomic mass, the first element and 8th element, they can resemble in their properties. The demerits of this Newland's laws of octaves are it worked only for the lighter elements, that is only up to calcium. So discovery of novel gases failed at this time. Not valid for heavier elements as oxygen and iron were placed in the same group despite having different properties. And the theory could not explain the reason for periodicity. That is why the theory fails. The next comes Mendeleev's periodic table or Mendeleev's periodic law. Now, according to Mendeleev, periodic properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic weight or atomic mass. The Mendeleev periodic table is purely based on the atomic mass or atomic weight. Mendeleev periodic table consists of 7 horizontal and 8 vertical columns. 0 group is not included in this table. At the time of Mendeleev, there were only 65 elements have been arranged in the table. From the table, it is clear that there were a number of gaps, that is missing elements in the table. Mendeleev made several predictions about properties of some missing elements. Mendeleev predicted 4 elements, that is Eka boron, Eka aluminium, Eka manganese, and Eka silicon. Now, Mendeleev predictions for elements, that is Eka aluminium, Eka silicon, Eka germane boron. Atomic weight, density, melting point, formula of oxide, formula of chlorides of these elements. The merits or advantages of Mendeleev's periodic table. So Mendeleev's periodic table helps to study of elements. That is, first time all the known elements were classified in a group according to their similar properties. So study of the properties of elements become very easier. So it also helps in the prediction of new elements. This table can give encouragement to the discovery of new elements, as there were some gaps were left in the table, such as scandium, germanium, technetium were the elements for whom positions and properties were defined by Mendeleev even before their discoveries. And he has left some blank spaces for them in the periodic table. Blank spaces at atomic weight 72 in silicon group was called Eka silicon, and the elements discovered later was named as germanium. The defects of Mendeleev's periodic table. So Mendeleev's periodic table, the position of hydrogen in the periodic table was not correctly defined, or you can say the position of hydrogen in the periodic table was uncertain. In certain pairs of elements, the increasing order of atomic masses were not obeyed. Isotopes have not been given separate places in the periodic table of Mendeleev's. Some similar elements were separated and dissimilar elements were grouped together in the table. Mendeleev could not explain the cause of periodicity among the elements. That was the theory fails. The next comes modern periodic law. This modern periodic law is purely based on the atomic number, not based on atomic mass. In the year 1942, Moseley has given the modern periodic law, and it states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic number. This is a periodic table of the elements of modern periodic law. So modern periodic table is also known as long form of periodic table or Bose table. The long form of the periodic table consists of 7 horizontal rows called periods and 18 vertical columns called groups. The 18 groups in the long form of periodic table, there are 18 groups in the long form of periodic table, and there are 2 series at the bottom of the periodic table, that is lanthanide series and actinide series. These series consist of 14 elements each. After lanthanum and 14 elements which follows actinum, the first row is called lanthanide series and second row is called actinide series. In the modern periodic table, the 7 horizontal rows are called periods. So the first period has 2 elements, hydrogen and helium, called very short period. Second period has 8 elements, lithium and neon, called short period. Third period has 8 elements, sodium and sodium 2, argon, called short period, which is also called short period. Fourth period containing 18 elements, potassium 2, krypton, which is called long period. Fifth period has 18 elements, rubidium 2, xenon, called long period. Sixth period has 32 elements, cesium 2, radon, called very long period. Seventh period has 28 elements from francium to atomic number 114, and it is incomplete because 14 elements, each of the 6th and 7th periods are placed separately at the bottom of the table. The 14 elements of 6th period from lanthanum to lutetium are called lanthanides, and the 14 elements of the 7th period from actinides to lawrencium called actinides. Now there are 18 vertical groups called main groups. They are group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 0 group. The group 1 to 7 has two subgroups, each called A subgroup and B subgroup. Group 8 has 3 rows of elements and 0 group has 1 row of elements. A subgroup elements are called normal elements and B subgroup elements are called transition elements. Lanthanides and actinides are called inner transition elements. Group 1 elements are called alkali metals. Group 2 elements are called alkaline earth metals. Group number 15 is called nitrogens. Group number 16 is called, group number 17 is called halogens. And group number 16 is called chalcogens. And group number 18 are called noble gases. In a group, all elements have the same number of valence electrons. Group 1 elements have 1 valence electrons. Group 2 elements have 2 valence electrons. Group 3 elements have 3 valence electrons. In a period, all the elements contain the same number of shells. Then silent features of modern periodic table. In the modern periodic table, there are 7 horizontal rows and 18 vertical columns called groups. Each period starts with 1 electron in its outermost orbit and ends with a 0 group element. The elements belonging to the same period have the same number of shells, which is equal to the period number. So there are 7 periods and number of elements. In the first period, only 2 elements are there, which is shortest period. In the second and third, there are 8 elements are there. It is called short period. In the fourth and fifth period, there are 18 elements are there. It is called long period. And the sixth period containing 32 elements, which is the longest period. And seventh period is called contains 32. Seventh period containing only 14 elements and is known as incomplete period. And the number of elements, that is numbers 2, 8, 8, 18, 32 is known as magic numbers. The group number indicates the number of electrons in the outermost orbit of an atom of an element. Thus, the elements belonging to the same group have the same outer electronic configuration. Elements belonging to the same group can show same chemical properties. Nomenclature of elements with atomic number more than 100. Now, according to IUPAC system, so the elements with atomic number more than 100 have been named by using the prefix as well as by using suffix. Table notation for the IUPAC nomenclature of elements. Digit, name, observation. If digit is 0, name is nil, abbreviation is small n. If digit is 1, name is un, abbreviation is u. If digit is 2, name is bi, abbreviation is b. If digit is 3, name is tri, abbreviation is small t. And digit is 4, name is quad, abbreviation is small q. Digit is 5, name is pent, abbreviation is p. Digit is 6, name is hex, abbreviation is h. Digit is 7, name is sept, abbreviation is s. Digit is 7, name is sept, abbreviation is small s. Digit is 8, name is oct, abbreviation is o. Digit is 9, name is n, abbreviation is small e. This table containing nomenclature of elements with atomic number above 100. Atomic number 101, the name 1, that is un. 0, nil, 1, un, suffix ending with ium. Symbol is UNU. Atomic number 102, 1, un, 0, nil, 2, by, suffix ending with ium. So symbol is UNB. Atomic number 103, 1, un, 0, nil, 3, tri, ending with suffix ium. So symbol is UNT. Atomic number 104, 1, un, 0, nil, 4, quad, suffix ium. So symbol is UNQ. Similarly, atomic number more than 110, for example, 111, that is ium, that is UUU. 112, by ium, that is UUB, so on. IPSC name, officially name of the elements and IPSC symbol: Mendelium, that is MD, Nobelium, NO, Lawrencium, LR, Rutherfordium, RF, Duburnum, that is DB, Symbrogium, SG, Borium, BH, Osmium, HS, Metrinium, that is MT, Dermestadium, that is DS, Rhantasium, RG. Periodic properties. The elements arranged by the atomic number gives the physical and chemical properties varying periodically. So this study the following periodic trends as atomic radii, metallic and non-metallic character, ionization energy, electron affinity, electronegativity, and melting point. We will discuss one by one. Atomic radius. Atomic radius is a distance between the nucleus and the valence electron. That is called atomic radius. So atomic radius as move from left to right in the periodic table. Atomic radius decreases as move from top to bottom. Atomic radius increases. Now factors of affecting the atomic radius. Among them, first one, number of shells. So atomic radius increases with increasing number of shells. As the number of shells increases, atomic radius also increases. Number of shells like K shell, L shell, M shell, and N shell. Nuclear charge. With addition of proton, nuclear charge increases. With increase in nuclear charge, atomic size decreases. Means nuclear charge and atomic radius, they are inversely proportional. As the atomic radius increases, nuclear charge decreases. As the atomic radius decreases, nuclear charge increases. Shielding effect. So shielding effect, friends, we'll discuss the definition later. So shielding effect also affect the atomic radius. So shielding effect, that is inner shell electrons. So this is nucleus and these are shells, shells containing electrons. So inner shell electrons shielding the outer shell electrons, and this is attractive forces of the nucleus does not reach the outermost electron, and this is the outermost electron. So as the shielding effect increases, the atomic radius also increases. As the shielding effect decreases, the atomic radius decreases. Multiplicity, the next effect, factors affecting the atomic radius is multiplicity of bonds. As the number of bonds increases, atomic radius decreases. So single bond is having more atomic radius as than double bond is having more atomic radius than triple bond. That is, number of bonds between the atoms is directly proportional to the atomic radius. Properties of elements in the periods and groups, that is valence electrons. In a period, the number of valence electrons increases from 1 to 8 from the left to right in the periodic table, and number of shells remains the same. For example, if you take second period, there is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. valence electrons, lithium has 1, beryllium has 2, boron has 3, carbon has 4, nitrogen has 5, and oxygen has 6, and fluorine has 7, and neon has 8. So number of shells remains the same, that is 2, 2, 2, 2. And in a group, the number of valence electrons is the same for all the elements, but the number of shells increases from top to bottom. For example, if you take first group, that is hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium. Now, valence electron is remains the same, whereas number of shells increases. In the hydrogen, 1 shell is there, lithium, 2 shells are there, sodium, 3 shells are there, potassium, 4 shells are there. Valency. Valency is nothing but it is the combining capacity of an element. In a period, the valency of elements increases from first 1 to 4 and then decreases from 4 to 0 from the left to right in the periodic table. For example, if you take second period, elements lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. The number of valence electrons is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Valency. So 1, 2, 3, 4 up to carbon it increases. Again as move from carbon to neon decreases. So valency decreases as move from left to right in the periodic table. In a group, the valency remains the same for all the elements of the group. If you take the first group elements, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, the valency remains same and valence electrons also remains the same. Metallic properties, that is electropositive character or nature. So in a period, the metallic property of elements decreases from left to right. For example, if you take third period, elements such as sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and argon. So as we move from sodium to argon, the metallic character decreases and non-metallic character increases. So sodium and magnesium, strictly they are metals. Silicon, aluminum, silicon, they are metalloids. Phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, they are non-metals. Means metallic property decreases as move from left to right and increases as move from top to bottom. Metallic character increases as move from top to bottom. For example, group 6, that is 16, group 14, that is carbon family, carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead. As move from top to bottom, non-metallic character decreases but metallic character increases. First two elements, that is carbon, silicon, they are non-metals, and germanium and tin, they are germanium, it is metalloids, and tin and lead, they are strictly metals. As move from top to bottom, metallic character increases. Non-metallic property, that is electronegative nature. In a period, the non-metallic property of the elements increases from left to right and decreases as move from top to bottom. Again, if you take second period, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, as move from left to right, the non-metallic property increases. However, as move from top to bottom, non-metallic character decreases. Ionization energy. So ionization energy is nothing but the amount of energy required to remove an electron from an isolated gaseous neutral atom is called ionization energy. So ionization energy, as we move from left to right in the periodic table, ionization energy increases. The increase in ionization energy is due to the decrease in atomic radii or atomic radius. Ionization energy decreases as move from top to bottom. This is because increase in atomic and ionic radii. Now look at here, ionization potential or ionization energy decreases as we move from ionization energy increases as we move from left to right and decreases as we move from top to bottom. This is because of increase and decrease in radii. Factors affecting the ionization enthalpy, among them atomic size. So as the size of the atom increases, ionization enthalpy decreases. Effective nuclear charge. Greater the effective nuclear charge on the nucleus of an atom, more difficult to remove an electron from the atom because of electrostatic force of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost electron. So greater energy will be required to remove electron. So as the effective nuclear charge increases, ionization enthalpy also increases. As effective nuclear charge increases, the size decreases. As the size of the atom decreases, ionization enthalpy increases. The next effect, penetration effect of orbital. The order of energy required to remove electron from s, p, d and f orbitals of a shell is, so the energy required to remove electron from s orbital will be more as compared to p, and the electron required to remove an electron from p orbital is more as compared to d, as compared to d and f. D is having more ionization enthalpy as compared to f. Shielding or screening effect. Screening effect results in the decrease of force of attraction between the nucleus and the valence electron, that is outermost electron, and lesser energy is required to separate the electron. Thus, the value of ionization potential decreases. Stability of half-filled or fully filled orbital. Half-filled and fully filled orbital, they have extra stability, hence it requires more energy. Electron affinity. Electron affinity, it is the ability of an atom to accept an electron. Electron affinity is a quantitative measurement of the energy change which occurs when an electron is added to a neutral gaseous atom. The more negative the electron affinity value, the higher an atom's affinity for electrons. So electron affinity is the amount of energy released when an electron is added to an isolated gaseous neutral atom. So electron affinity increases as move from left to right in the periodic table and decreases as move from top to bottom. This is because, so electron affinity increases as move from left to right in the periodic table. This is because of decrease in atomic and ionic radii, and electron affinity decreases as move from top to bottom. This is because increase in atomic and ionic radii. Now, factors affecting the electron affinity. Atomic size. As the size of the atom increases, electron affinity decreases. As the size of the atom decreases, electron affinity increases. Effective nuclear charge. As the effective nuclear charge increases, the size decreases. As the size decreases, electron affinity increases. Screening or shielding effect. Electron affinity value of the element decreases with increasing shielding or screening effect. As the screening or shielding effect increases, electron affinity decreases. The shielding effect between the outer electrons and the nucleus increases. The number of electrons increases in the inner shell. Now, stability of half-filled and completely filled orbitals. The stability of half-filled and completely filled orbital, that is degenerate orbitals of a subshell, is comparatively more. So it is difficult to add an electron in such orbitals and lesser energy is released on addition of electrons. Hence, electron affinity will decreases in the case of stability of half-filled and completely filled orbitals. Electronegativity. So electronegativity is a quantitative property. There is no any standardized method for calculating electronegativity. Electronegativity values for each element can be found on certain periodic table. So electronegativity can be understood as a chemical property describing an atom ability to attract and bind with electrons. That is, electronegativity is the ability to attract the shared pair of electron towards itself. That is called electronegativity. So electronegativity increases as you move from left to right in the periodic table and decreases as you move from top to bottom. This is again due to decrease in atomic size and increase in atomic size as you move from left to right and top to bottom. Now, factors affecting the magnitude of electronegativity. Atomic radius. As the size of the atoms decreases, electronegativity increases. As the atomic radius increases, electronegativity value decreases. Effective nuclear charge. The electronegativity value increases as the effective nuclear charge on the atomic nucleus increases. Next one, oxidation state of the atom. The electronegativity value increases as the oxidation state of the atom increases. Hybridization state of an atom in a molecule. If the percentage of S character in the hybridization state of an atom increases, electronegativity also increases. For example, sp3 hybridization, sp2 hybridization, and sp hybridization. Now, as move from sp3 to sp hybridization, the percentage of S character increases. As the percentage of S character increases, electronegativity also increases. Now, melting point. The melting point is the amount of energy required to break a bond to change the solid phase of a substance to a liquid. The stronger the bond between the atoms of an element, the more energy required to break that bond. As temperature is directly proportional to the energy, a high bond dissociation energy correlates to a high temperature. Melting point are varied and do not generally form a distinguishable trend across the period. Metals generally possess high melting point and non-metal possess low melting point. The non-metal carbon possesses a high boiling point of the elements. The semi-metal boron also possesses high melting point. Periodic trends in the periodic table. So as we move from left to right in the periodic table, atomic and ionic radii decreases, and as we move from top to bottom in the periodic table, atomic and ionic radii increases. This is due to decrease in effective nuclear charge. Ionization energy, electron affinity, electronegativity as move from left to right in the periodic table increases. This is because of decrease in atomic and ionic radii. And ionization enthalpy, electron affinity, electronegativity decreases as move from top to bottom. This is because of increase in atomic and ionic radii. Metallic character decreases as move from left to right in the periodic table and increases as move from top to bottom in the periodic table. Now, difference between the electron affinity and electronegativity. Electron affinity, it is the capability of an isolated atom in free state to attract an electron, whereas electronegativity is the tendency of bonded atom to attract the shared pair of electrons. This electron affinity is absolute value, whereas electronegativity it is the relative value. Electron affinity variation is not regular in the period or in a group. However, electronegativity variation is almost regular in a period and in a group. Characteristics of periods. In all the elements present in a period, the electrons are filled in the same shells. The atomic size generally decreases from left to right. This periodic table is basically classified into 4 blocks, that is S block, P block, D block, and F block. Based on the differentiating electron enters into S, P, D, and F subshell. Now, what are the characteristics of S block elements? The general electronic configuration of S block element is NS12. 2 means minimum 1 electron and maximum you can place 2 electrons. So S block elements having 2 group 1 and group 2. Group 1 is called alkali metals and group 2 is called alkaline earth metals. All the elements of this S block elements, they are soft metals. S block elements, they have low melting point and boiling points. S block elements are highly reactive. Most of these elements can impart color to the flame. Generally, they can form ionic compounds. S block elements are good conductors of heat and electricity. Then, characteristics of P block elements. P block elements are those elements in which the differentiated electron enters into P subshell. So general electronic configuration of p block element is noble gas ns2 np126. So in the p block elements, we can place minimum 1 electron and maximum 6 electrons. The compounds of these p block elements are mostly covalent in nature. P block elements can show variable oxidation states. So as we move from left to right in the periodic table, non-metallic character of the element increases. So reactivity of these p block elements in a group generally decreases towards top to bottom. At the end of each period, noble gas elements with a closed valence shell of NH2 NP6 configuration. Metallic character increases as we move from top to bottom in the p block elements. The next comes d block elements. D block elements are those elements in which the differentiating electron enters into D subshell, or can say the penultimate shell. So general electronic configuration of D block element is noble gas Ns 0 to 2, D1 to 10. So general characteristics of these D block elements are most of them are hard, malleable and ductile, and metals with high melting point and boiling points. D block elements are good conductors of heat and electricity. They have ionization enthalpies between S and P block elements. They can show variable oxidation state. They can form both ionic as well as covalent compounds. And most of the D block elements can be used as a catalyst in many chemical reactions. They can form interstitial compounds. F block elements. F block elements are those elements in which the differentiating electron enters into F subshell. So general outer electronic configuration of F block elements is N minus 2, F0 to 14, N minus 1, D0 to 2, NS2. So general characteristics of F block elements are most of them are having high melting and boiling points. They can show variable oxidation states. Most of these compounds are generally colored. Most of them are heavy metals and they have a high tendency to form complex compounds. The atomic properties. Atomic radii, it is the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell of an electron of an atom. But there is difficult to find accurate size because the size of atom is small, so it is difficult to isolate atoms and it is very difficult to predict the position of an electron. Hence, it is very difficult to give the accurate size of an atom. Now, probability picture the possibility of finding electron is never zero, even up to large distance. The size of atoms keeps on changing from one bonded state to another. Therefore, we can consider effective size instead of accurate atomic size. We define the effective size according to the type of bonding present. Ionic radii. Ionic radii is one half the internuclear distance between the bonded atoms, or you can say it is a measure of distance between the cations and anions in ionic crystals. For example, if you take sodium chloride, the bond length is 276 picometer. But if you take exactly the half, then there will be error. So we can calculate the distance separately from sodium ion and chloride ion and define the ionic radii as effective distance from the center of the nucleus ion up to the distance where it has influence in ionic bond. Remember that cation is always smaller than parent atom. This is because when an electron is removed from a cation, the size decreases due to increase in effective nuclear charge. And size of the anion is always larger than from parent atom. This is because when an electron is added to the atom, when an electron is added, the anion, the size is larger as compared to its parent atom. This is because of decrease in effective nuclear charge. Covalent radius. Covalent radius is the distance between the center of nuclei of atoms and mean positions of shared pair of electrons between the bonded atoms. Or you can say covalent radii is one half the internuclear distance between the bonded atoms. For example, if you take homo atoms, homo diatom molecules such as hydrogen molecule, the bond length is 74 picometer. Therefore, covalent radius of one hydrogen atom is 37 picometer. Metallic radii is considered only for metals, and it is defined as the half the internuclear distance between two neighboring metals in a lattice. For example, in copper metal, the bond length is 256 picometer. Therefore, radii is 128 picometer. So metallic radius is the half of the internuclear distance between the nuclei of two adjacent atoms in the metallic crystals. So radius is equal to half of the atoms of A and B. Van der Waals radius is the half of the internuclear distance between the nuclei of two adjacent non-bonded atoms of neighboring molecule in a solid state. For example, chlorine or diatomic molecules such as fluorine. Isoelectron species, and these isoelectron species are those that have same number of electrons. For example, O2 minus, F minus and Na plus, etc. These anions and cations are isoelectronic because they have the same number of electrons even though differ in their atomic number. The species with higher positive charge is smaller and the species with lesser positive charge is larger in their size. Similarly, the species with higher negative charge is bigger and the species with lesser negative charge is smaller in their size. Van der Waals radius is a half of internuclear distance between the adjacent of atoms of substance belonging to the two different molecules, and usually it is present in inert gases. So Van der Waals radius, just now we discussed metallic radius, and if you compare the radius, Van der Waals radius is always greater than the metallic radius. Metallic radius is always greater than covalent radius. Effective nuclear charge. In the case of polyelectronic atom, the inner electrons repel the electrons of the outermost orbit. This results in the decrease the nuclear attractions of the electrons from the outermost orbit. The effective nuclear charge, that is Z star, is equal to Z minus sigma, where S stand for shading constant and Z stand for nuclear charge and Z star stand for effective nuclear charge. Size of isoelectronic species or size of isoelectronic series. So ionic radii decreases moving from left right across any period in the periodic table. So in general, size in an isoelectronic series is inversely proportional to the nuclear charge, or you can say number of protons. Screening effect or shading effect. In a multi-electron system, the electrons are attracted towards the nucleus as well as repelled by each other. As a result, the force of attraction between the nucleus and the valence electrons is somewhat decreases. So this decrease in the force of attraction between the nucleus and the valence electrons is due to the presence of inertial electrons, is called shielding or screening effect. What are the factors affecting this screening or shading effect? First one, number of inertial electrons. More the number of inertial electrons, more will be the value of shading effect. Shape of orbitals. So, shape of orbital, that is maximum screening effect, can be found in the S as compared to P, D and F. So, order of screening, so decreases as move from S to F orbitals. Thank you.